especially when you're sitting for 3 torturous days taking the multi-state bar exam. It's just horrible. You have nightmares about it even today. But the second time I took it, it wasn't so bad, so, you know, it all evened out. So there's kind of mixed feelings coming into this room. I have to tell you a little bit about how I feel about the conference, and I feel that this is a much neglected, extremely important subject matter we're going to talk about in the next couple of days. And I ask you to give it your all. It's something, in a world that we live in now, we're not promised another day. Hopefully we're promised another administration, but I digress. So I'd ask you also, if you have comments or questions, use those 2 microphones there so everyone can hear your comments and questions. I have to tell you a little bit of a story, and once I tell you the story, you then own it and you can tell it. Okay, that's a little hint about what we're going to be talking about. When we had the planning meeting at beautiful Salmon Lake Resort, I happened to be up early, as those of us who have lived 59 winters do, for some reason. And I was walking around the island resort there, and it was extremely beautiful. And I saw Patty was sitting in the lobby, frantically getting ready to go, and in her own way, she was looking, you know, extremely busy, and she was. And I think she and I were the only ones around. I was walking around outside, and I was told to look down. So I looked down, and I looked up again, and I wondered what that was about. And then I was told to look down. So I looked down, and underneath the wooden staircase was a bald eagle feather, laying underneath the wooden staircase at this resort. So I picked it up, being a Wichita, and I thanked the one above for giving me this present. And I was told, it's not yours. This feather is not yours. You have yours. This feather belongs to this organization. Okay? I wasn't hearing voices. I was just, you know, being given this message from the one above. Well, Hantan had a great spirit. And so I went in, and I thought about it, I prayed over it, and I gave it to Patty. I said, Patty, this is an extremely good sign about this conference. So I think that this conference is blessed. And I think that when we get together and as my grandmother used to say, she'd say, Tinu, I knew there was going to be a message given. So that's what we're going to do today, is give a message and get a message. We have some extremely powerful people here today that have been blessed with the talents of research and legal studies, the talents of language, the talents of history. So we're going to call upon them to give us some of their blessings. They're all from this continent. They're all from this Mother Earth that we call. Right now, Patty actually wanted me to say the prayer, but I know she was hesitant to ask me because I know in her mind she knew that if the prayer was supposed to be accepted, she shouldn't have a real big singer give it. So instead she asked someone who was blessed. So, and I'm very pleased to introduce the person who's going to give us the offering today to ensure that we'll all be blessed by the conference. Mr. Narcissus Blood, come and give the morning prayer for us.
Okay. It's a connection. It's more apanke boxoog binnenboek. Ach boxie. Ipo wat broos nog kan nog staat nog kan nog. As they say in Browning, I'm going to say it in Indian. I was asked by Patty if I would do this. And when you get asked, it's a foregone conclusion. I'm not supposed to say no. And, so I'm honored, and I think it's very important what we're embarking on. And I had a not be moment yesterday. I made it here in time for the meeting of the cohort group that's starting a very exciting project, and I didn't want to miss it. And guess what? I missed it because I didn't know the room number. And I walked not far enough from where the meeting was actually taking place, and I went back. Went downstairs, and I saw the provost of the University of Montana walk. We had met with him, and he gave me a big smile, and I told Kim, who was trying to help me, I know that guy. And here he was on his way to the meeting. So, anyways, I was having coffee with one of the students, and the elevator door opens, and here were the participants of the meeting. But they fill me in on what they're doing and what they're embarking on, and I think it has relevance to what we're talking about here. And so I'm very honored, and I'll say it in the language that was gifted to us, our people, and we'll share it with you. Ayo na pinatos, ayo kipitaki kokomikis. Ayo episo ay pagsepiso, anik si mukupokoiks. Anik si skitsikamiks, anikag makoyoksukoikak. Ayo kinukapan sa katsimatkuan noksistikoikak. Ayo noksokpimukat na apakyo. Ako si kainisa, noon nokakakanukhpin. Ayo kukkinanan niksimstan. Ахватит китапотак се поиспинана никно кокспинна. Аш помокина киммато кинанаки. Аксокам скапин пиканьяка. Амокин епута неопитам. Окна нисса кохпука пута кима какаюкаки. Они себу пистана сюда как пайни цксену себя кохканис цisa кохсонос лессикапис. Ок не точкока киксикуту nägу. Gaat schipsel aan moet zien. En dat gaat zien toch aan de stap. Ook aan zien tot ook steeds meer. Hij ook zag komen. Dat je ook gewoon wat stap in de ketsen. En dan ook dat is. En dan gaat het zich gewoon kijken. In een kaart stomen kijken en ik nog gewoon spinnen. En dan gaat het schieten op dat ze boos spinnen. Ook als we gewoon is dan wat zou kijken. Dat man moet door kijken. En ze gaat nog daar is chicken spinnen. En ze nog eens zien nog het op in is. Kim maakt ook. Och oma pikani konik se piutu ka khseta ashenna dikso onna nista pa pia kheta mas ukka o kita se khpani to mahkh pina khsesti koika ani kana soka pika kenik nista watsma ani kamutan o kenik misami ba piwas.
Now I'd like to introduce to you the Provost of the University of Montana, Mr. Royce Engstrom.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to welcome you here to the University of Montana for this great conference that's going on for the next couple of days, Intersecting Interests. It's a real honor for me to be able to welcome you here to campus and to be a part of this conference. I'm really delighted to see so many of you here. It's a great turnout, and it looks to me that you're going to bring a lot of diverse interests and experiences to the table as the discussions begin. So thank you as participants for taking the time out of your schedules and your lives to come and discuss these important issues. This is the conference goals, as outlined in the flyer, are ambitious ones and aimed at tackling some issues that are really of growing concern to us as we think about research by, about, and for Native peoples. Protecting and respecting the intellectual property rights of Native peoples and the tribes needs to be a high priority on today's research agenda. So it's great that you've come together to discuss those issues. Almost exactly to the day 1 year ago,